Tom Brady is weighing in on pot roast. Carrie Chow alongside ESPN NFL insider Ashley Fox. So Broncos defensive tackle Terrance pot roast Knighton says he kind of guaranteed that they would win the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, Brady says they will do all their talking on the field. Between the Patriots and the Broncos, who has the best shot of making the Super Bowl?
Well, it was a very Brady response, right, to say that we'll do our talking on the field.
Yeah.
And then I love the fact that he called pot roast, which was pretty funny. I think this is all going to come down to who ends up getting home field advantage, because we've seen already this season that the Patriots pretty handily beat the Broncos at Gillette Stadium. And Denver has not won in New England in their last 5 tries, which I think, you say, well, everybody's different. That game was Mike Shanahan. This is now John Fox's team. But there's just something about New England playing in Gillette in January where they're really tough out. And I think when you look at what has to happen for New England to get the #1 seed going forward, their path is much easier. And Denver's going to need them to lose a game, and they play the Jets and the Bills, and I don't see either of those things happening.
That's right. If both teams win out, then the Patriots do keep that #1 spot. How concerned are you? The old rule, or not rule, but the old saying used to be Peyton Manning in cold weather was an issue. If Peyton Manning goes to Gillette, how concerned are you?
Well, I mean, it's cold in Denver, too. So,
Absolutely.
So I think there's some of that. I think the bigger concern at this point is, all of this talk about how strong is Peyton's arm? Could he throw 50 yards down the field if he needed to? And the one thing that really needs to happen for Denver that they found out last year was their defense has to play better in the playoffs. And they got exposed on both sides of the line and just out-physicaled by Seattle last year in the Super Bowl. And I don't think anybody inside the Broncos organization has forgotten that. And that's why they did so much in the offseason to beef up their defense. And in January, that's when they're really going to have to step up.
And they do have some pot roast on that defense. She's ESPN NFL insider Ashley Fox. I'm Carrie Chow with your latest ESPN headline.